Hi, Weather Joey here with your bottom of the South Island weather recap and forecast, sort of an emergency forecast in a sense. This is for Monday, January 2nd. Welcome to the new year 2022, and this is really going out as a forecast for my friends down south, down into this region down here, and they have seen a bit of problems with rain, and there's more to come. So I wanted to get something out there now to give it the heads up and do my little part. But before we get started on this, as always, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank and acknowledge the first peoples of this beautiful land. Moves all the way there. I've had the pleasure to explore much of this and feel the energy, feel the beauty, and experience the beauty of this coastline. And just wanted to thank the first peoples of this land, the First Nations, across this whole area, this place we call home here, for allowing us to live, work, and play as settlers coming here on their beautiful traditional territories. I truly thank you and your ancestors who, Anyway, the word goes out. So on our last forecast, which was, I think, Wednesday, December 28th in 2022, we talked about a system that came through, was it Wednesday the 28th? Something like that. We talked about a system that came through on the 27th. Now, it caused some havoc, some rain for us here. It was the last in the kind of rainy systems. It was that cutoff low that streamed across here, caused a lot of problems for Oregon. Lots of wind, lots of rain, and that rain spread down into Northern California, and that really was the start of the problems down there, because as we talked about the last forecast, by the 28th we saw a little ridge in this west-southwest kind of west flow, little ridge move through, dry things out for us a little bit. However, we also talked about two weak fronts that came in on the 28th and the 29th. They didn't bring too much rain to us, but the trail end of them with lots of moisture just kept on battering all the way down into Southern California. And there was a little cutoff system that really soaked Southern California for the 30th and into the 31st. So this whole region has been getting lots of rain. For us up here, not too much on that 29th and 30th system. We saw high pressure build in from the west for the 31st, drying things up for the end of 2022, and we talked about that holding nicely, and that ended up actually drying things out all the way down the coast because it got some support, this high pressure, for the first and on into the second, which is today. However, I was just brief there because meanwhile we've had low pressure really spinning up over the Aleutians, developing over the Aleutians, and that sent this broad front through today up against that high pressure. Remember, that was here. This is the second, sending this broad high pressure, lots of rain to the Panhandle, North Coast. It kind of fizzled out before any precipitation fell on the South Coast today. So we kept dry, partly because of this high pressure was holding strong. But that rain did sort of, with another little system, did kind of hit the California coast down there. And that's just the beginning of it, because we had talked about maybe this high pressure holding through the 3rd, the 4th. Well, not so much, because what we're seeing is those little systems that I kind of alluded to spinning up offshore. And in fact, they're kind of coming in from the southwest. And we'll see the first one tomorrow, which is Tuesday the 3rd. Move in through this region, start spinning up. It's going to bring a weak front across. Now, it's not going to be too strong, this first one. Weak front across Tuesday. But it's the start of this really south-southwest, southerly flow almost. And low pressure really starts to spin up here. And that's what we're going to see on Wednesday the 4th. It's a strong low pressure. I mean, we're talking very deep with crazy waves heading towards the coast of California. They're due for something there. But this system will slowly spin up on the 4th into the 5th as it weakens, going by our coastal waters overnight in the 5th. But first of all, we're going to see rain pummeling this coast all the way up. It's Gonna bring this front up Thursday, much of Thursday in bands, and that'll continue on overnight into Friday the 6th. And then another little system in behind that, continuing rain all day the 6th. The only little rest we're gonna get is overnight Friday on the 6th. And into Saturday the 7th, I believe it is. I'm losing track of my days. Anyway, little dry break for us. But as these systems come up, these fronts just continue to sweep across all of California. And this whole pattern does not look like it's going to end anytime soon. And we had talked about that, alluded to that earlier in the season. This seems to be this tendency during wintertime these days. This wet season is either cold and snowy from the north or warm and wet from the south. Not a lot of this sort of action here, and that's what we're going through. Anyway, I just want to put that word out to you folks down south, my friends down there. Plants, animals, spirits, the beings down there. The rain, more rain is coming your way, and I'm thinking of you. We are thinking of you. And anyway, my friends, as always, may the forecast be with you.